Hey, what's going on YouTube? It is GeneralTarheel, your coach of the Charmanders, bringing you the APA Season 4 Week 2 battle versus Coach KyleAye and the Miami Phanpys. Of course, coming into Week 2, we did have our Week 1 to kick off the season for APA versus San Diego Charmanders and Coach Emvee. Make sure to check that out if you haven't already. We'll give you a little bit before I go over what happened. 3, 2, 1, and you know we got that loss. So, we kicked off the season with a loss, unfortunately, but, you know, it was Emvee. It's a really tough opponent. We lost 3-0, so hopefully we're looking to bounce back against Kyle. I also want revenge versus Kyle because last season in the APA, I wasn't having too much of Pokemon. I was kind of bummed out at the point when I was had to battle him, unfortunately. I had a pretty rough season, both in APA and outside, like in regular life, so I wasn't feeling it at the time. And he like destroyed me. So hopefully this time around, when I know he's having a little bit more fun here, I can catch him off guard and I get him. But you know, we brought some good Pokemon. We also have a heat set, so I'm going to go over that real quick. First up, I have my Pawniard. It was a Choice Scarf Pawniard because it does a lot of work versus his team. Very helpful versus the Aipom and the Gastly mainly. Aipom is because I can take fake outs decently well, especially since I made it an inner focus Pawniard, so if I can catch him off guard and if he is Life Orb. One hit from Life Orb and then one hit from an Iron Head is basically almost a KO. I think a knockoff will knock him out. So that's a lot of power there if we can get that underway. My next set was actually pretty interesting. Is my Slowpoke. This was my heat set that I just wanted to try and bring because I was comfortable with all the Pokemon I had. The other 5 I'm bringing. I have a Belly Drum SALAC Slowpoke with Belly Drum, Substitute, Zen Headbutt, and I believe my last move is Earthquake. Slowpoke was really just gonna be for the hell of it, you know, like it was gonna be fun, but like it actually sweeps Kyle's team after if Aipom's dead, if it is a, you know, Life Orb fake out set, after Aipom's dead and if Gastly isn't Choice Scarf, because his speeds actually, apart from Aipom, don't exceed 17, and then max speed SALAC Slowpoke hits 18. So it actually had potential to sweep his team, so that'd be crazy if that would happen. I was really hoping it could. Either way, it's going to be on my thumbnail. I'm already telling you that right now. And it was going to be cool if it happened. Next up, I have my Archon. My Archon was just a Choice Scarf set. I believe it had Pluck, Tailwind, Head Smash, and U-Turn, maybe? Either way, I put Head Smash on there because that is a crazy attack and it just destroys, like, it one-shots majority of Kyle's team. He has a very offensive team, not so much defensively, so I wanted to abuse that with Archon because Archon's such an amazing Pokemon. Now, even though Head Smash gives a lot of recoil and then Archon will soon reach its Defeatus ability, 2 Head Smashes, or sorry, 1 Head Smash will not get me to my Defeatus, so basically, as long as I keep rocks off, or prevent rocks from getting on the field, Archon does look comfortable getting in 2 full Head Smashes, which is basically 2 KOs if Kyle doesn't make the proper switches or anything of the sort. So I had that power back there. Next up, I have my Lickitung. You know, just another bulky Lickitung. It was Wish, Protect, Knockoff, and Hidden Power Grass. You might be asking why Hidden Power Grass over Power Whip. One, Tortuga is very bulky on the defensive side, so there's one reason to run Hidden Power Grass more. Lickitung actually has higher special attack than he does physical attack, so there's more reasoning there. And then lastly, I don't want to risk the chance of missing with Power Whip because I don't want to give Tortuga like 2 free Shell Smashes or anything of the sort. So that's why I fit Power Grass on Lickitung. It seems pretty free because Lickitung does eat any +2 hit from Tortuga unless it is a Z move coming out of it. So when that happens, I just get off an HP Grass and they will knock out the Tortuga because it should be solid rock and not sturdy. Excuse me. But I was ready for that going into it. Next up is my Binacle. I brought my own Shell Smash. I felt like I had a really good matchup versus his team. I had Shell Smash, Protect, Liquidation, and Earthquake. So the reason behind this was that I just needed the Earthquake for the Tortuga, and then Liquidation really just destroyed everything else. Oh, I had Ground Z on this as well. The Ground Z on this was able to knock out like stuff like the Dratini if need be. Also Tortuga. Yeah, because of Solid Rock, it does live the +2 Earthquake from Binacle unless it is Ground Z. So Ground Z I can either drop on Dratini or Tortuga. And I wasn't really worried about having coverage for Pansage because I felt like it wasn't really a threat versus my team. I felt like it was going to be more important for me to have Protect for the fake out Aipom. Even though I even though I do have Slowpoke potentially in the back to sweep as well, maybe coverage just would have been better on Barnacle. But you know, 2020, so it's whatever. I felt like it was a better Barnacle set because it could literally just sweep Kyle's team depending on what he brought, and I really wasn't expecting Pansage. So, but unfortunately, you do see it on the screen. And lastly, Wimpod. I have a red card hazard set. I have, I believe it's Protect, Spikes, Aqua Jet, and Leech Life. Protect is just to stall the Aipom from faking out, and then going for an Aqua Jet just for a little bit more chip, and then I would get the red card on his next hit and stuff like that. Even though I'm pretty sure any normal hit from Aipom would just knocked out Wimpod. So. But looking at the 6 he brought Electrike, Pansage, Pidgey, Aipom, Tortuga, and Dratini. Not really all that I was completely expecting. Like I said, I wasn't really expecting Pansage nor Pidgey, because it's Pidgey. The other 4 were expecting an Electrike, because Electric types worked well against me week 1. Shout out to Voltorb. Aipom, Tortuga, and Dratini. Those 4 I was kind of expecting. I was potentially good to see potentially Ghastly and stuff like that on his team. I don't remember everything else he had on his roster at the moment. Cyndaquil I wasn't really expecting either, but, you know, stuff like that. So going into this matchup, I was like, okay, I do have my potential spikes because he doesn't have any removal apart from Defog Pidgey. I do have Stealth Rocks and Choice Scarf. I believe it's on my Archon, actually. I have Choice Scarf, Stealth Rocks to win. Something like that. I prepped for an Archon another time anyways. So, either way, I wanted to go in my Archon. I felt like it was the safest lead because my Head Smash kill that I talked about before, it basically happens turn 1. And that's definitely what I wanted to do. And I'm hiding that. And I'm putting that on repeat and hitting play because the battle music definitely stopped. And that's why you definitely edit in if you can, folks. But going into the rest of this battle, so I brought all shiny Pokemon and just thought, you know what, let me go for it. So he brings out the Electric turn 1, and I'm like, okay, if this Scarf, I still outspeed it, so I might as well just go for my Head Smash. If this lands, then I kill it, so I might as well go for it. And sure enough, turn 1, I pick up a kill versus Kyle, and we're knocking out Electric, but he gets the Static. Urchin is now pointless, basically. It's not really getting outspeed on anything on his team. I mean, his potential speed ties because Brawl is canceling out Choice Scarf and stuff like that. But he goes into Tortuga here. It's like, okay, I'm just going to switch out, get right into my Lickitung. It's my direct counter. You know, switch in, answer, check, whatever you want to say. As he just decides to go for the Aqua Jet, potentially expecting me just to sack off my Archon. Not going to use that yet. He will switch out Tortuga here, as he will just go into his Pidgey. I will go for the knockoff because it was very free versus his entire team, since he didn't Shell Smash versus me. And we get the Heat Rock off of the Pidgey. Right here, I was so confused. I'm like, why does this man have a Heat Rock? Pansage doesn't get Chlorophyll or anything like that, so I was really confused. I'm like, okay, maybe it's a Pansage with like Solar Beam, and maybe he gets Weather Ball or something of the sort. And then sure enough, Pidgey goes for Sunny Day. I was like, okay, maybe he has Heat Wave for Pawniard or something like that. But my Pawniard Scarf, and it knocks out Pidgey from this range, since we know it's not Eviolite or anything of the sort. So I just go for Iron Head and we knock out the Pidgey, and it is already 6-4 in my favor. Now here comes out the Aipom, scaring me so much. I'm going to go for Iron Head here, expecting him to go for the Fake Out. He doesn't go for the Fake Out, really confuses me. Luckily I get the flinch, because I'm going to switch out here because I do not know what this Aipom has. And potentially he could have went for like a Drain Punch or whatever right now. So I'm going to go out into my Archon as he goes for the Hidden Power Fighting. I was like, thank goodness I got that flinch immediately. Because this random special Aipom with Solar Beam from Sunny Day Heat Rock Pidgey caught me off guard. I love Kyle because you can't prep for him. It's really annoying in a battle when you expect, like, you know, standard sets and then you face Kyle and then stuff just goes against you. But that's just what he's known for, man. It's just what he knows for. It's what he does. Gets in your head. I'm just going to go right into my Wimpod here. We scared out Aipom. You never see a Wimpod scared an Aipom anymore in your life. I'm just going to go for the Aqua Jet. You know, I want to get that extra damage off, get out the red card, stuff like that. But right here, I'm just going to switch right back onto my Lickitung because I'm just going to keep the plan that I have versus Tortuga. in case he is the Shell Smash set, because he hasn't shown anything. But when he does show Stealth Rocks here, I'm assuming, okay, he's definitely not a Shell Smashing set, and this is totally fine. But he will go for the knockoff versus my Lickitung, which is pretty annoying because I lose my Eviolite, and then it'll come into play for sure. But I'll just go for the Hidden Power Hidden Power Grass, and this Tortuga is knocked out. I have not been taking any Pokemon off of the screen. So let me do that right now. Oh crap. What was this other Pokemon that I knocked out? Oh yeah, Tortuga. I just knocked that out. I'm smart, folks. It's difficult, but I'm smart. And then I'm taking out Archon. And then right here, I'm switching out on his Pansage because I have no clue what it wants to do. And, you know, I'm just feeling like Wimpod's a whatever switch in. I don't really need it that much. I don't feel like I'm keeping up spikes as he only has 3 Pokemon left. Doesn't seem that important to me. And, I can get off a Leech Life or whatever versus something, but, you know, it's whatever if I don't. But he's going to go for the all-out pummeling with the Pansage, which really threw me off. Thank God I switched out Lickitung. And then I have the red card with my Wimpod here. So he's going to be switching out first, and then I could decide what I want to go into after the glory of red card with this terrible ability that both Wimpod has with its evolution and Goliath's Spot as well. We go right into Binacle because this thing is free setup. Apom, it really is. He can go for the Solar Beam here because it won't matter because I'll knock him out next turn because he doesn't have Sun Up. It's not a one-hit thing. I'll take a Hidden Power Fighting and it will do around half, surprisingly still. And I'll go for the Shell Smash here, and right here, if I got up at least 1 hazard, no, probably 2 of my hazards or something with like Wimpod, or if I got a little ship on Pansage or something, dude, or if I did the coverage over Protect on Binacle, I would have swept him right here with Binacle, and it would have been a 5-0, and it would have been an amazing dub. But right here, it'll go into the Pansage, and I was like, okay. I knew going into this I was fine not having anything for Pansage because I was like, I just need 1 hazard and it'll basically knock it out. Because as you see here, it does over 90%. I think it did like 92 to him or something like that. 1 Spike would have knocked him out, I'm pretty sure. I think Spike is 8%. Something of the sort. Either way, it would have been nice to have a like my Stealth Rocks or something. But of course, Archon getting paralyzed did not allow me to put up my Stealth Rocks at any point in this game. So I will go for the knockoff versus the Pansage because Rage, dude, I'm so dumb. Because that allows me to stay locked into knockoff for this Tratini coming out. And it's 3v1 right now. I'm going to go for the knockoff. We knock out its Eviolite, and he'll go for the Flamethrower. I'm like, okay, cool. I just take this damage, I switch out, go for Iron Head, and the game's over. He burns me with Flamethrower. I was pretty salty. Because I'm like, I don't have a normal Slowpoke set. If this is Rush Shed Skin, I'm not going to be able to beat his team. That's what happens. So basically this match is going to end up going to my Lickitung coming out after Slowpoke or whatever. And it's going to come down to PP Stall. That's what I felt like was going to be my best play. It's like, it actually helps me that he has Rest with Shed Skin. If he gets immediate wake-ups every time, he's going to be wasting more PP than he normally would as for a standard rest set. And that's totally fine by me. Because at this point with the Pokemon I have, with Pawniard being burned, I can't beat him. And he did show he has the extreme speed, so I can't even get off my Leech Life damage with my Wimpod. So, here we are. I'm going to go into my Slowpoke just to do it. And, you know, like I said, even though he has the extreme speed, I'm going for the Belly Drum. I totally was like, I'm just going to do it. Slowpoke's not doing anything after. Even me getting off damage isn't necessary. Slowpoke literally couldn't do anything. Unfortunately, if I was like a Berry Juice set, I would have had it. But Berry Juice versus his team wouldn't have worked because Pokemon like Pansage and Ghastly and stuff like that would have just knocked out Slowpoke after the Belly Drum. So that's the reason behind SALAC, and it's like, right here, it didn't help me though. So luckily my boy Panther fast forward through everything, but it does end up showing a black screen. So I am just going to go to the necessary time where the battle actually continues. So for a lot of turns, this battle, voice crack, this battle was 92 turns. Oh, there's like the black, and then here we are back at it. But and then that was PP stall that entire time. If you want to look at that fun, go check out Kyle's channel, because I know he live commed. But I was also pretty upset because out of all the people in the Pokemon community, I would never expected KyleAye to go down to a PP stall match. I'm not saying like he shouldn't have, or like I'm being upset at him or anything like that, because he did have like a potential win advantage with his Rashid skin and the amount of PP he had on his team. But it's just he's not about any like stall or anything like that. So I was kind of surprised by it. I was like, my boy's actually going through with this. This is really unfortunate. I thought he was about to just like let his Dratini die and I was gonna win 3-0, but nah. Yeah. So then we're here at this point. You know, it's just my Pawniard left. We get a flinch, but then I'm just gonna die to burn. Honestly, not a fun match. I'm just gonna wait for that last screen. And so, to be real, during that time, also, I might have been able to outstall him with Lickitung when it came down to his Dratini, Lickitung versus Dratini, but with all that turn of my Wish Protects, I knew Flamethrower was eventually going to burn me, and I wasn't that upset about that burn, but it did cause me not be able to potentially save like an entire Wish because of that residual damage over time. I did have to Wish up slightly more often, and Dratini was able just to, you know, do it from there. That was his last extreme speed versus my Pawniard. He did go down to struggle, he said. So after that, you know, if I did not get burned, then Lickitung might have been able to stall out, but I'm not even worried about that burn. The stuff I'm just upset about is the static on Arch in turn 1 and the Flamethrower on Pawniard. More so the Flamethrower on Pawniard because that is a random 10%. Like, that really just upset me. But, you know, it's part of Pokemon. It's just I had a great lead against Kyle. I knew how to win the rest of the match, and then it just came down to that, and then his Pokemon was just able to wall out the rest of my team. So, it happens. I was really hoping for a win because I'm not really going to be getting that much this league, probably for this season because of this amazing roster. Unless I really kick it off for Little Cup, it's like I just know a lot of these coaches know more than this about me, and they're more experienced, period. So, yeah, potentially being that close to a win versus Kyle, I really would have liked it if something went my way, but, you know, it's cool. Shoutouts to Kyle for the battle, having everything go together. It was a really still close match nonetheless. It was a very long match. If you do want to watch his live comm, he's going to get plenty of ad revenue off of that, so make sure to check that out for him with ads on. And that'll be it for me this week, guys. Hopefully next week we can turn around when we take on Coach JustKurt and the Winnipeg Blue Squirtles. Charmander versus Squirtle could be a nice matchup right there. But yeah, man, I'm just hoping for a dub because right now we're sitting at 0-2 with the -4, and I'm not about it. So hopefully we can pick it up soon enough. But that's gonna be it for me this week, guys. Make sure to check out everyone's battles for this week. They are all in the description below. Sub, like, share, deuces.